The one thing I want to say about the Outlaws is it's not only a bunch of diehard fans. We're also people like me who are just coming into it, really learning.
You don't have to have the knowledge, just passion and curiosity.
Welcome to another edition of My Mom Calls It Soccer. My name is Michelle, and I'm a Liverpool fan.
I'm Chase, I call it football, and I'm a Barca fan.
And I'm Grandma, and I'm a Real Madrid fan.
And today we have a couple of special guests with us who are here representing our local chapter of the American Outlaws, Ryan and Steve Blamey. Welcome.
Thank you. We appreciate you having us on.
So tell us, for our listeners and watchers who are viewers, I guess I should say, who are typically new fans or non-fans that we're trying to bring on, what is American Outlaws?
So American Outlaws is a national nonprofit organization that started in 2007. It's a supporters club of the United States men's and women's team.
Okay.
So it's a fandom, right? Soccer's communal. It's community.
Yes.
It's no fun to watch sports alone.
Yes.
And whenever there are international games, we get everybody together. We have a good time. But we also want to be able to help with community, and we're trying to work with the nonprofit arm of it to also give back to youth programs and things of that nature. So that's the overarching part of it.
So how did your involvement start?
So myself, I've been a soccer fan. I played soccer growing up, so I've loved it forever. But last summer, I went to watch a game, and I looked up which chapter bar it was. Now that I'm at a point in my life where the kids are grown and I can go do that. And when I got there, it wasn't on TV and there was nobody there. I was very confused. So I reached out to National and found out the chapter just kind of fallen to the side with leadership. So there were still members, but there were no one was organizing. And they kind of asked me if I wanted to step in and do it. And I thought it would be a great thing to do, to be able to give back and to really work with it. And then I convinced my brother to help me.
I started to say, and then you twisted your brother's arm and said, come along and be a part of this.
We really became a chapter of two, basically.
Okay. Well, we're hoping to add to your chapter with us as well, to be a part of it.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that the national organization does?
So the national organization does a lot of the organizing of it. We're a 501c3.
Okay.
They're a 501c7.
Okay.
So they're a little bit different.
Okay.
But what they do is they help us with paperwork. They help us with getting everything filed organizationally, media involvement, things of that nature. They also provide us with materials and guidance. We communicate with them regularly, and all the chapter leaders, of which there are hundreds across the country, we are all in like a Facebook group and talk to each other regularly as well. But National, if you join, which is not very expensive, it's $30 plus shipping and taxes for
and you get a t-shirt. I got my t-shirt.
Tee.
Yes, it's a very high. I'm a t-shirt snob, and when I got the t-shirt, I was like, yes, this is good.
It's good. It's soft. It's nice. It fits well. I love it. But you get a new one each year, and dues are once a year. $30 plus shipping and taxes for the shirt, basically, and stickers and things you get.
Okay.
So they organize and take care of all that. But in addition, they also set up resources, Chants, discounts on rental cars, flights to where games are, hotels, all of that's available on the website. And if you're a member, you have access to all of that. You also get access to discounted tickets to games sometimes. Now the World Cup's a little different because it's crazy.
But they did have something for supporters that you could get a chance for a lottery for a ticket.
Yes.
That's correct. Okay.
Yes, although it was a finite amount of tickets for the entire country, so it was difficult. They're in high demand. So.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's kind of what National does for us.
Okay. You mentioned something that I'm particularly interested in, which is chants, so that I could learn the chants for the supporter club on the website.
Absolutely. They've got a resource for that. You can flip through it. They've got videos of many of them.
Okay.
So absolutely. And then the thing is, when we have watch parties, we don't expect people to know all of this. So many people are going to be new, and we want to be that. We want to be a place for people who've never watched soccer to be able to come in and not feel ostracized, but instead welcomed and introduced to the game and have questions answered. That's what we want. The Chants will be the same way.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it is, because it is intimidating to watch. I think I have been so lucky, and Grandma has been so lucky, because we have Chase, who watches with us and answers our questions. And because, he's my kid, I'm not embarrassed to ask dumb questions. And
Right.
he, is kind to me about it. But it can be intimidating if you didn't. So many people in the United States did not grow up with the sport. If you're my age, it wasn't a thing in school. It wasn't, but I think I'm a lifelong sports fan, and I love adding another sport to my repertoire. So
No, that makes perfect sense. And you're right. That's exactly what we try to do. When we were at Bruco for the draw party, there was a gentleman, a young guy who had sat down at our table, was friends with someone, and he's never watched soccer. He didn't understand it. He was trying to understand the draw and how it all works. And he's an outlaw now.
That's awesome.
And
That is
he's
awesome.
Excited and very involved already. And so love it. Absolutely love
I
it.
probably should have said that at the beginning. That's how we met, was at the draw party. And it was, my best friend came with me for a while, quite a while. We were the only women there. And but it was great. It was a great community of people. I got to meet you. I met a reporter who was covering it.
Alistair.
And and it is a community that is very welcoming if you just take a step and get into it. So I love
Exactly.
that you guys are doing that.
Yeah, and the same for this podcast. It's such a wonderful idea, a way to bring people in. It's a nice entry point for those who don't know it, and it eases people in. I love it. It's outstanding.
We're happy to be the people who ask the question that you want to ask, but you're afraid to ask.
Exactly.
So we are happy to do that. Grandma, did you have anything you wanted to ask them?
I wanted to ask both of them if they have a specific team that they feel strongly
So
about.
like a club team that
A club
you
team, yeah.
support.
So Ryan and I both lived in Germany when we were very young.
Okay.
So I was a little bit older. I'm the older brother, but Bayern.
Okay.
That's my team.
Who are having a phenomenal year.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
So we matched up, we took 7 people at the beginning of this season who were non-fans, and we matched them with teams. We did a questionnaire. And so one of our fans we matched with Byron, and he's just loving it. Of course, they're having an amazing year. He's become the world's biggest Harry Kane fan. I mean, he's just really, really enjoying it. And then I am a little bit heartbroken because I am watching Luis Diaz play amazing every game, and we had him last year, and now he's doing it for them. So, but yeah, that's great.
Nice.
So
I'll let you answer.
So obviously, I also have love for the same team, but I don't really have a specific one that I follow. I tend to watch a lot of matches with U.S. players,
Yeah.
And that's more how I lean. I do skew toward, EPL.
Yes.
A little more, but I love watching Juve. McKinney has been on fire. It's been
Yes.
amazing watching him come so far along. And this is the first real generation of U.S. men's soccer that you've seen players who came up through European elite academies, and it's really grown
Yes.
so much. And you can see it in the game.
It is.
So.
It does seem like it's starting to change just a little bit. I know about it. Chase, did you have anything that you were wanting to ask?
Sure. How do you feel about the current U.S. men's national team's manager, Pochettino?
With Poch, yeah. I like Poch a lot. He's high energy. He's done a lot. I'll tell you what, not just me, but a lot of people weren't sure about him for a while there. Things were kind of chaotic. It was just a different team every time you went. He didn't call people up to tournaments you would have expected. And turns out there was a method to the man's madness, because recently in the November window, just came out of the gates swinging, and it destroyed Uruguay. It was really good. You're starting to see the plan come to fruition.
And he
I'm
has
excited about it.
experience, right?
Absolutely.
UCL final.
Argentinian.
Yeah,
He played he coached in EPL and has done amazingly there. And I have a feeling when this World Cup is over, he's going back to the EPL.
Probably.
He's already kind of talking about it a little bit. So, but we knew that.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's the first, it's the first coach of that ilk we've had before. And to see us really reach out there and get somebody that high profile, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens.
Well, I wanted to ask you, in terms of the World Cup, what do you guys think the path is going to be for the U.S.? How do you think they'll do? What are your expectations?
those are two different questions, but my expectations are let's get through. Obviously, the group stage. We should win the group stage. That should be a foregone conclusion in my mind. We need to obviously win out of the round of 32 because it's an expanded World Cup this time. It gone up to 48 teams. Now you've got the round of 32 before the round of 16. And honestly, I feel like we should win out of, the round of 32 and hopefully get out of the round of 16. That's a taller order. But getting to the round of 16 is, in my opinion, a must.
Yes.
That is the level of success that Poch has to meet. Just has to.
Yeah.
I would love to see us go farther than that. That's tough. But it's been done before.
Sure.
2002, we went to quarters. So it is possible.
It's exciting, and hopefully playing at home, in our home country gives you that boost as well, and maybe, that ability to outperform ourselves a little bit and do really well.
Yeah.
We have been doing a series called Where in the World Cup, where we highlight the different countries that are in the World Cup, particularly for fans in the United States where this is all coming to your backyard and kind of knowing who's coming. Obviously, especially for those of us who live in the U.S., we know a lot about the country. But for this segment, could you give us your insights into players that fans should be watching? If you're a new fan, what are some names that you should be aware of that you ought to be looking for in the World Cup?
So first and foremost, people are going to talk about Christian Pulisic. They call him Captain America. He plays for AC Milan. He's amazing. He is also absolutely on fire this season. Goal after goal. He's been outstanding. Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, Serginho Dest. Right now, a lot of people are talking about Florian Balogun, which they call Flo. He plays for Monaco, and he's really taken over as the main striker right now. Pepe was on his heels, but he unfortunately broke his arm recently, so he's out. Right as he was about to transfer from the Dutch league over to the EPL, so it kind of blew up his contract. Poor guy. It's only, millions and millions of dollars he missed out on. But I think it'll just happen in the summer. It's just going to delay it. But Balogun has been really good. He's starting to catch fire, and his hold-up play is good. Those are the main names that come to my mind. I'm sure I'm overlooking a few off the top of my head in the moment.
I'll also say Malik Tillman as well.
Absolutely.
I watched him yesterday in the Leverkusen game. He came on. He was amazing. He has some great technicality, some good passing, and he can even finish.
And he's really come along this year.
Yeah.
He had some rough edges.
He did.
And since we were kind of worried about him when he went to Leverkusen, but he's grown.
Leverkusen
immensely.
helps with young players, help develop them, and I think he's done really well. So.
Chris Richards as well with Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
He did great defender. We needed somebody to shore up the center defense, and he's been amazing. He's going to be a great one to look for, for sure. Absolutely.
Good. I was going to add, you mentioned Christian Pulisic. I started watching the documentary on him this weekend, which is a couple of years old. But just in, my trying to, because I am new to the game, learning more about it. And of course, he's a player that I think most Americans probably know his name, but I did not really know his path because I was not dialed into, European soccer or football. So just learning about his, trip through Dortmund and all of that, it's been really interesting for me. And then just watching that, I went out to look up how is he doing with Milan this year. And I mean, it's impressive. And I hope he has a really good World Cup run. I think that would be great.
I'm hoping so as well. People have large expectations for him as well. They should.
Yeah.
He's been amazing. He played for Chelsea. They won the Champions.
Yeah.
I mean, he's put in the time, he's put in the effort. AC Milan has been amazing for him.
Yes.
And I've got high expectations for him, so I hope he's going to beat those. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. I wanted to ask, because we are geared toward new fans or non-fans that we're trying to lure in. What are things that we can do to help you all in our community to bring new people into your organization?
So part of it is now we have a place to have a little bit more of that
Yes.
community with Mumbles. And I'd been working with the owner for quite a while, waiting with bated breath for that place to
Yes.
open. So now that Mumbles is open, we'll be doing watch parties there, which I'm looking forward to. It is a soccer pub or football pub.
Yes.
And it's going to be great. They've got a great space for it. That is the home bar for this chapter of the American Outlaws. So, that is where you go to watch when the United States play both men and women's teams. Obviously, there's a lot of focus right now on the men's because the World Cup is coming up. But we also do watch parties for the women's national team as well. And I mean, they're number 2 in the world.
Yes.
They've won 4 World Cups over the
they're
years. They won
very
the
good.
inaugural one, so in
Yes.
'91. So, we do all of that. And if you're looking for a name for that one, I would say probably most people would know Trinity Rodman. If I had to pick one out of the group there, that's who I'd say. But just the fact that you guys are doing this has been amazing, and it brings people to the sport, especially with the World Cup coming. It's a great opportunity to talk about it, and having us on has been great.
Well,
but we'd love to be back on as we approach.
Yes. So we would love to talk to you guys once we get into World Cup and games are happening and watch parties are happening. We would love to do that. I did see I went out to the American Outlaws website and it has Mumbles listed as the place. So we will also, in our link in bio, put a link out there for American Outlaws so that if people are looking, it's easy for them to find. And remember that it is at Mumbles 1888. Grandma, did you have something?
Well, I just want to go back to your time in Germany. How long were you there?
About 3.5 years.
Okay. And how old were you?
It was the first 3.5 years of my life. So
Okay,
yeah,
so you weren't
I don't
playing
even
soccer,
remember it.
or you weren't playing football there.
I was playing football
You
there.
were playing football
Yeah,
there.
I was
Okay.
about 6.
About 6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
About 6 to 9. So, and going back to your other question, so Ryan really is the huge fan. And that's how the Outlaws, this chapter, got really started. But for me, growing up with it, was actually, I loved it. I liked playing, played a little bit middle school and high school, but it was the early 90s. Soccer didn't exist in the U.S., really. But watching it slowly evolve over the last couple of decades, and then when he got into it, it kind of drew me back in.
Yes.
And so the one thing I want to say about the Outlaws is it's not only a bunch of diehard fans. We're also people like me who are just coming into it, really learning. So, you can ask me what my favorite player is. Still looking. What do I think the team's going to be doing this year? I'm really kind of open to it. Just figuring out how it's all going to work, learning how the cup and the draws and everything work. So this has really been hugely helpful for me coming into that. Your podcast, things like that, have really, really kind of built that foundational knowledge for me to be able to go to the watch parties and be able to participate.
I love that. And I love because this is a supporter group for the U.S. national teams, but it's also really a supporter group for fans.
Exactly.
So it is a place where no matter your level of knowledge or interest, if you're just starting out, it's a great place to come and be involved.
Precisely.
Awesome.
It's the passion. I mean, that's it. You don't have to have the knowledge. You just passion and curiosity.
Yes.
That's it. It's a place for us to get together and do that and have these conversations and teach people as much as they want to know. And to be honest, you could enjoy the game without knowing a whole lot.
Right.
It's still on the edge of your seat. There could be a goal at any second, and the margins are small. So it's great.
It's so exciting to watch with other people. And yesterday, Grandma and I were at Mumbles 1888. And we were watching the Liverpool game. And it was so much fun because I typically watch those games alone. Mm-hmm. And it was so much fun to watch with a group of people and the bar to erupt when a goal was scored. And so I can only imagine what it's going to be like to get to watch my country play with fellow fans and really enjoy just that excitement and passion.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I did want to mention, too, Mumbles is the home bar, but we are going to be doing some watch parties here at Mully's Pub and Patio as well, who was very kind to allow us to do this episode here this time. Mark and Stephanie that own it have been so helpful, and we were doing things here while Mumbles was still in the works. This place has food and a lot of space and a media wall, and so we're going to do some here where people can bring their families and it's a little more family oriented.
And have dinner and all of the things.
Exactly.
Yes.
And Mumbles is more,
it's a pub.
It's a pub.
Yeah.
There's no food. You can bring food in or order food, but they don't have food themselves. And
Right.
it's smaller. It's going to be rowdier, which
Yes.
is very Outlaws in nature. So that's where we're headed. But it's great that we have 2 homes and that the community here has grown enough to do that.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I love that our community is just growing in the sport, with the sport, that we have multiple locations where we can go and watch games. It's just fantastic. It's so exciting.
For sure. The Outlaws are up to about 45 members right now, and I'm sure that number is just going to grow as we head to the World Cup.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So as we get to World Cup time, if people want to come out and watch with other fans, with the American Outlaws, what are the plans?
So coming up at the beginning of March, we'll have watch parties for the United States women's team. The She Believes Cup is coming up.
Okay.
And so there'll be 3 matches then. And then we'll have, after that, we're going to have the men's at the end of March. We'll have 2 games. I believe it is Belgium and Germany. No, Germany is right before the World Cup. I think it's Portugal and Belgium.
Okay.
And we've got a couple of games there that'll be good. And then we'll have a couple more women's before we have the send-off right at the end of May, beginning of June. The last friendly will be against Germany before
Okay.
a week and a half later, World Cup.
World Cup.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, and we will share that information on our social media as well, so that people can find and know when games are coming up, so they can make plans and come out. And if it is a last minute decision, hey, you don't have anything going on, come out and watch with us and just experience what it's all about.
Absolutely. And you don't have to be a member of the Outlaws to come and chant and have a good time and see what it's like and just have, enjoy yourself. Absolutely.
I can't wait for the chance.
It'll be fun. It's going to be a good time.
Well, thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. We will visit with you again when we get to World Cup time. And again, we'll just work together to keep bringing more people into this game.
Perfect. Go Yanks.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.